Shalom Israel, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who is the God of the Hebrew Israelites. Yahweh Shah is the true name of his only begotten Son. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. And as always, peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Back at it through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Just talk about our women a little bit and just showing you the reason why none of us, first and foremost, starting with the men of the nation of Israel, we are not supposed to be prideful. All right. And guess what? You women sure as hell shouldn't be prideful. And it trickles down to the children. They shouldn't be prideful either, because they are weaker and then everybody upon the earth, the little children are. So none of us are to be, puffed up and proud. But in this day, we find ourselves seeing the exact opposite from the majority or a lot of our women, especially on, the western side of the earth, man, especially in Babylon the Great, so-called USA, man. Our women are very, very prideful because they're enabled. Okay, they're enabled and they're able to hide their imperfections. They're able to hide the curses that the Lord have put upon them. And because of that, amen, they're puffed up. They can get money, not even look like a beautiful woman, can be very, very obese, very, very unpleasing to the eye. And still certain men will give them, time, money, and I mean, that leads to people being prideful, man. And that's exactly what's going on. So I came across this article. It says black women are spending more than $1,000 on botox to avoid sweating out their edges while exercising. So many things to dissect here. You know what I mean? I mean, as a man, a grown man, we really don't. I mean, there's a line that we as men all have with what women do, but for the most part, we really don't care what you do with your hair. We really don't care what color it is. Hard times, we really just don't want it to be blonde for spiritual reasons. If you know, you know. But men really don't care about your makeup on or off. We really don't care, man. It's you women that care about all this stuff, man. Because obviously, I mean, look at all the not so beautiful overweight women that have children and families and men, so obviously how you look really doesn't care. What I mean? Some man out there is gonna want you, man, regardless if you ain't got no teeth. So all this is just extra stuff that a woman does, again, because of it's because of her imperfections, and because she's able to hide these things, it leads to her being puffed up, man. So let me go ahead and get some of these precepts right quick. First, just Ecclesiasticus, right here we go. Ecclesiasticus 10 and verse 18. All right. Pride was not made for men, nor furious anger for them that are born of a woman. Starting with the men of Yahweh Shema Shah. Hey, we are weaker than Yahweh Shema Shah. So we're not supposed to be prideful. All right. We're less than Yahweh Hashem and Shah, and we're not supposed to be around here as, like angry men taking vengeance. The Lord himself tells us, that belongs to him. Vengeance belongs to Yahweh Hashem and Shah. So, there's a certain way that we go and we deal with people offending us. Hey, we pray and the Lord always will bring judgment upon those individuals that offend us, man. But we're not supposed to take matters into our own hands, okay? And again, pride was not made for men. We're simply men born of women right now. Of course, we pray to be fully manifested into those gods that the Lord referred to us as being, But right now, we're just mere mortal men, quote unquote, having this experience, and we shouldn't be puffed up. Why? Because of Yahweh Hashem and Yahweh Shai, because of our imperfections, because we're subject to death, disease, all right, making mistakes, all right. There's offensive things that this body produces, man, especially if you don't take care of it. You don't bathe, you don't brush your teeth, your teeth will start to rot, smell, fall out. Your body as well, man. You don't exercise, you're going to start to acquire, fat, all around your body. You don't eat, enough adequate nutrition, you'll start to get very frail. So all these things, man, should keep us from being puffed up, man, from being prideful. Now the woman has all these things plus some more. All right, things that the Lord have put upon her, but again, she's able to hide it. What we're doing as prophets through the Spirit of power, Yahweh Shema Shah, men of Yahweh Shema Shah, we're saying these things are about to change. We're saying we're getting ready to come into a different time upon the earth that you have never seen before, woman, and it will behoove you to get your act together, or you're going to be put to shame, and eventually the Lord going to put you to sleep. And a part of that shame is the Lord is going to expose how he created you to be on this. If he wanted you to be perfect, he would have set it up like that. First and foremost, he would have made us perfect, because that's the order that the Lord have made. All right, the man, the woman, the child. All right, Yahweh Shah, the man, the woman, the child. All right, but if the Lord wanted you perfect, he would have had you that way. Sure, there's some women who have more natural beauty than others. Hey, we're not equal. We're not created equal. All right. And who knows the reason why the Lord gave certain people, certain levels of natural beauty more than others. Maybe these women that, maybe these are some meek elect women, all right, that the Lord allowed to maintain a little bit of hair length or a little bit of natural beauty. But for a lot of our women, I'm not going to say they're ugly, okay, because we really don't give a flip. They're not as perfect as they're trying to portray, especially online. We deal with it, and we've been dealing with it forever, since the woman steps out of the house with the makeup on and the heels and the jewelry. And I'm going to get all these precepts, man. All right. All these things just aid into hiding a woman's imperfections, man. You got on these heels, it's making you look like a horse. It's making your butt stick out, so you're already coming off a little horse if you're wearing heels. The makeup, your blemishes and such, man, all these things, the fake eyelashes, the nails, this is not you, Eve. And a lot of women, especially on that online stuff, they using these filters and all this crap because they know we don't know what they look like, on a daily basis, how they wake up. They do. So that's why they use those filters. That's why they have to put on those wigs and that makeup, because they see the imperfection that the Lord have put upon them, man. And one of those imperfections had to do with our women and their hair. All right, and I'm gonna bring it out. In Isaiah, get to the point here. Isaiah 3 and verse 17. Let me go up. 16. Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet, just drawing attention. However, in these days, however they do it, be it the makeup, the jewelry, swinging their butt, walking a certain way, drawing attention. Okay, therefore the Lord will smite with his skin, doing it in unrighteousness, man. Taking it too far. Yeah, you can be a woman, but you gotta have a certain level of class and tact. Thus saith Yahweh Shem Shah. If you're a daughter of Zion, if you one of these heathen women, do what you want. Go ahead and be butt naked. Out in the streets, man. We are supposed to be different, peculiar, or royal people. So we got that means we're not animals. That means there's a difference between us and animals. The law, statutes, and commandments is what gives us that different. And how the Lord made us, we're supposed to be civilized. And part of us being civilized is carrying ourselves a certain way. We're not in our kingdom to be wearing glorious garments and such, but at least cover up. You can at least do that in your captivity, Eve. Cover up to a certain extent. Good gracious, They take stuff to the extreme. Go up in one of them churches and see how many booties and breasts you see. Now, if you got big old booty or big old breasts, we understand it's a little harder to keep it from sticking out. But you can at least cover it up, man. A lot of times you know what I mean? It be look real clubbish in these so-called churches, man. But going on, verse 17, therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and will discover their secret parts. We've went into this many times on what this means. All right, therefore, all right, And every female didn't get hit with this curse, but a lot of them did. And you could see it if you've ever lived with you got a you know what I mean, one of these Israelite women that fit this curse, whether it be your mama, your sister, your girl, your wife, your daughter. You should see that this curse is real. All right, a lot of our women have issues growing long healthy hair. All right. Yeah, some hair might sprout on their head, and some are worse than others. I know plenty of women got bald spots and can't grow a hair. I got a little bit of hair on my head. I ain't had it more than probably like 3 years. And my hair, it ain't long like a woman, but it's longer than a lot of these so-called black women out here. And why is that? We just went through it because you guys are freaking wicked. In the story, you can't tell you nothing. You have no accountability, and you walk around the earth as if you're this perfect creature. The Lord made you, you know, uh, unclean 7 days a week. You know what I mean? Throughout the whole freaking year until you get old in your age. Once it stops, it don't. Once it starts, it don't stop until you go through menopause and such. But you're unclean just in that regard at least 7 days most of the days of your life. You know what I mean? That's part of your imperfection. That's part of a lot of things come with the periods, man. Some of you women don't know how to take care of yourselves, and y'all end up stinking. Hey, that's another reason why you shouldn't be prideful. In fact, respecting the Lord's order, all right, if we're saying we're not supposed to be prideful because the Lord is bigger, better, more wiser, all these things, than us, how much more you weaker vessels should y'all be around this earth humble, because you are in fact the weaker vessel in relation to us. And guess what? The children as a whole are a weaker vessel compared to you, woman. All right, so they're scared of grown men and women. Well, they're supposed to be, but we find ourselves in the last days where these kids don't have no respect, which is why the Lord is getting ready to judge this place, man. But back to our women and their lack of humility, man. This is a big problem. All right. When you puffed up like that and they've been doing it so long, hell, they truly probably believe they look like that, even though they see themselves, in the mirror every day for how they really look. They probably think they got a head full of hair. It's very interesting, I'm gonna say, to watch, especially the young sisters get these heads full of weave. Sometimes even my daughter, they get these braids extensions down to their butts, and I just watch them sometimes, and they're flipping it, they're grabbing it, they're rubbing their fingers through it as if it's their real hair. They got both of their, how they got both of their hands, and they're, stroking it down as if this is their real hair. You see, you know why they do that? Because that's the way that the Lord had created the woman. Originally, you guys didn't have an issue with your hair. It was long, thick, luxurious, and it did cover your secret parts, man. But now, because y'all have been haughty generation through generation, all right, you've been cursed, and the Lord removed it. He removed it and showed your secret parts. Now you guys are all whores out here, and a part of not only your actual secret parts, but just your imperfection. All right, the Lord is discovering and your imperfection, the fact that we have been taught through Cinderella and Disney that the woman is just almost perfect. She's been placed on this pedestal. Come to find out, don't you gotta all the, oh man, I could go in. You're not, Eve. You shit just like we do. You know what I mean? Your breath wake, is ridiculous. Some more than others, just like ours are. I mean, you got all these issues, woman. Some of you bitches got ugly ass toes and such, man. This is not the time. It's all the point of this story is to be prideful. Take the L. All right, stay balanced and wait for Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai to give us our perfection. Then and only then will we stunt for all eternity in perfection. Every last one of us dripped every day, glorious, not one imperfection at all. From however, who knows what our teeth would be made of? I think what is this, ivory or something like that? Man, who knows? How these new bodies are gonna be. It is a mystery. All right, but we do know the new bodies will be perfect. All right, that's something to desire. But again, a lot of our women, they don't have integrity. The Lord didn't give a lot of women that spirit of integrity, the push, and to have accountability. You got to have accountability that you're part of this thing too, Eve, and that you're not perfect like you're trying to portray. Just chill out. Chill out, my guy. $1,000 for Botox to keep the edges down, man. And I don't even want to too much get into that anymore. But if you don't know what we're talking about, this is an example of what it is to have your edges slicked down. And you should know what Botox is. An injection, might as well say cement and rubber. That keeps your skin from wrinkling up, keeps your skin tight. All right, so that article was saying our women are paying to get a needle injected somewhere up in their forehead so they can look like this picture on the right. If they don't, then they'll look like this picture on the left. As men, we don't give a flying flip. We understand that y'all got the same kinky afro hair as us. This is something women care about, and it's because it's really because of all these years of propaganda of what beauty is, especially in relation to our people, especially in Babylon the Great, man. They've gave us a image of what beauty is, and our women have been running with it since maybe I'll say maybe like the 60s, whenever they stopped wearing their afros, man, with us, and the whole Black Panther thing was popping off and all that. After that, and the perms came out, hey, it was over. It was over. And again, as men, we don't care about y'all. We don't care either way. We still gonna be with you. But Eve, all again, the whole point of the lesson is stop being prideful. All right, when you do all this fake stuff, everything about a woman is so fake nowadays. So I mean, if that's the case, if you want to be fake, fine, be fake, Eve, but just don't be puffed up about it. Be a humble woman. The Lord gave you a curse and you can't grow hair. First and foremost, you should be praying to Yahweh Shem Shai, repenting if that's something that you desire. All right, but if you got that, hey, just stay humble about it. Don't be out here with the long weave because you got some weave on your head. Now you feel different. I seen my daughter completely change when she got her stitches put in. The damn thing was over. I don't know how much money we paid for them doggone braids, man. 1 minute she had some regular little cornrows that was fire. All right, took them out for back to school. Got her the extensions. She was a completely different person, pissing me off, like just so prideful. You could just see it. She looked, she got this covering, she got this beauty, which is something that the Lord already created to give you women. All right, but again, if you don't have that, stay humble. Ain't nothing, I mean, we don't care. Wear a wig if you want to. We really don't give a flip, Eve. We don't have time to care. Y'all do. We just saying stop being puffed up about it. Stop trying to run over. Stop trying to manipulate men, and of course stop being whores. You should get you get that hair and you feel like you want to go out and be seen. And a lot of our women, they don't have no integrity, so they're out there being whores, man, along with the fronting, along with the fronting. And a lot of you women got hygiene issues at that. Go around all day looking like you cute, all right, but just body just dying. You just dying on the inside. You just rotting on the inside. That ain't no joke. And it's crazy because we live in a world where you could tell a woman these things and they won't even give a flying flip. There's no accountability here in Babylon the Great. You could tell a woman, all these things and she'll just whatever. All right, she can be bald headed. Hey, she gonna go get a wig. She gonna go put Botox, in her forehead. She gonna put cement and glue in her booty cheeks. All right, they gonna get breast implants, man. All right, huge eyelashes, nails, again the heels to make them taller than they really are. What a part of you is real, my sister? It ain't a lot. All right, come on, man. We already know most of these women the hopefully like probably already are in that meek spirit. Most of these women that we see on the internet or we see out in our everyday lives that have this type of spirit upon them, they're not gonna make it. All right, they're not gonna make it through Jacob's trouble, or they're not gonna make it on one of them chariots, man. They're gonna crash right out here in these last days with their imperfected behinds, man. All right, let's go to keep it in that. Yeah, I was right. Let's go down to verse 22 in Isaiah chapter 3. Well, actually, 17. No, we can go on. All right, so we got finished reading where the Lord will take away would smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion and discover their secret part. So we see that now, or should I say we don't see it because Eve is able to hide it. But guess what, Eve? Guess what, Eve? Thus saith Yahweh by Hashem and Hawashai. All we are is just simply the messenger. The Lord say this is what's going to happen since you guys are able to hide your imperfections. All right, your curse. Okay, this is what's about to happen. In that day, the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet. And again, this all these fake things and accessories, it causes a woman to be brave out here in the world. All right, make them look better than they really are, easier on the eye than what they really are. So now they're just puffed up. Now they and it shit, man. I don't do social media, but I mean, regular women nowadays, especially with social media, now they brave enough to get in, these millionaires' inboxes and nigga like Drake. You got all these regular women, because they puffed up and they got all this fake stuff and filters there. Oh, let me shoot my shot at some of these millionaires, some of these ball players. When back in the day, I mean, a woman would have a certain level of shame, meekness about herself, and it would balance out that way. Though it was balanced in that regard when the women were acting like women being feminine and the men were acting like men being masculine. It was balanced. It worked. It was fun for a little chase, for a female playing a little hard to get and then eventually give in and be soft and mess with us. You know what I mean? Everything's completely jacked up and completely backwards. Now these women are acting like men, getting to the money. F them niggas, me and my girls, all this type of spirit, and just be fake as, you know what I mean? Just fake. All right, but again, the tinkling of their ornaments about their feet and their calves and their round tires like the moon, the chains, the bracelets, the mufflers, the bonnets, the ornaments of the legs, the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, the rings and nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel. This is beautiful because it shows you, and this was written a long time ago, but you see how relevant this is today. They're doing the same thing on a whole nother level for the females getting to the bag. This is all they do. This is all women care about if they don't have the spirit of Yahweh Shema Hawashai, which leads them to want to care about a family. All right, these type of women ain't caring about carrying on the legacy of Israel. They just care about wearing bonnets, ornaments, chains, and changeable suits of apparel. All right, the crisping pins, wimples, the glasses, fine linen. These women with these luxury apartments or nice homes, penthouses and such, man. Drinking a glass of expensive wine and champagne up in the crib, man. On OnlyFans, sipping good. Got a nice little crib, man. All these things, man. All right, the Lord said He's going to take away. All right. Start at verse 18. It said that in that day the Lord will take away. So He's going to take these things away during Jacob's trouble. All right. Some of you women, are you real wicked women? You're losing it now. But the Lord is going to catch you women all together, and He's going to come as a thief in the night. You think it's cool one day. Look at what happened when the pandemic came. Yeah, everything was shut down except Atlanta. I got a problem with Atlanta. You know what I mean? They still partying. Everybody else shut down. These niggas in Atlanta still partying. But that's a whole nother story for a whole different day, man. All right. But during this time of great famine, you women like to eat so much. It's come to find out, we truly see that women are more indulgent in food than men are. Hell, a lot of men, for the most part, we eat, to sustain ourselves and carry on this mission. You women really, really enjoy, eating, and ain't nothing wrong with that. All right. But we are saying there's a time and place for everything. We're coming into a time where these things are not going to be readily available. Hell, it's going to be over with. All right. Look at what happened in the pandemic. Y'all didn't do so hot. We saw you. All right. We saw you. The entertainers, they didn't do so hot without Hollywood. Okay. Things got shut down. You couldn't go out to club. You couldn't go out to the club. You didn't have no place to put on your makeup other than the internet. And guess what? That's around the time I think OnlyFans came out. And then you saw how quick our women ran to prostitution, because that's all it is, online prostitution. You saw how quick they had lack of morals, standards, integrity. Soon as the earth got shut down through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, they went to the whoring and ain't stopped yet. And some of them made a grip. You think the Lord is not aware of these things? The Lord is setting you up, my guy or my chick. He's setting you up. All right. You think it's cool. You fake. I know. You know what I mean? Like certain women, man. Yes. It's all praises to Yahweh Shema Shah for the meek women of the hopeful elect. Everybody else finna get dusted out here with your fake behind. And I said, yeah, some women do have a little bit of natural beauty, but most of these women, when they wake up, they look just like us. Let you not have your hair did, all right, and not permed or pressed. You gonna have an afro just like us, Eve. You ain't got that makeup on. You look like a softer version of a man. And we're attracted to you because, I mean, if you're a woman, you're a real woman, we're going to be attracted to you. All right. Naturally. Okay. But Eve, you got to let this go. You got to let this pride go. Just be a meek, nice looking sister. What's wrong with that? What's with all the fake gloating? Like, that's your real hair. All the with the tongue out, all that crazy shit when you eat all this crab and lobster just to go fuck up the bathroom later on that night. Every time you out with a woman, you should be thinking about that, especially these prideful women, all that shit they eating and drinking. Sometime that night or in the morning, they all gonna be on the toilet. There's your pride cut. See, we men, we don't care. And I've had to use the bathroom a lot of crazy places, man. Being a man, been to war, locked up, having to, go number two on camera, people looking at me right in the open. You know what I mean? That's part of being a man. But you women, y'all not built for that unless you just a nasty ass woman. And guess what? The Lord look out for his children. Remember how we came out of Egypt, all right, and our clothes didn't stink or nothing like that. It's the same thing during Jacob's trouble. These hopeful elect women, they gonna be taken care of. They gonna have a place to take care of their bodies and these issues, man. And the Lord gonna be with them. For you women that ain't, and man, y'all gonna be out here stinking. You gonna have to find a place to to go potty. All right, if you're not in one of them camps, most of y'all gonna probably hit the camp, being one of them quarantine camps. All right, but for any women that it's just gonna be a whole bunch of mess. The power will be out for a certain amount of time, and it's just gonna cause a whole bunch of chaos. The family to be here, and of course the chaos. That's like a huge part of this, man. All right, the chaos. Okay, and then hey, a lot of women you can see, because they are so fake and they don't have no integrity, this is gonna lead them to take that mark of the beast, man. Yeah, I went there, said all that to bring it back to the mark. They gonna be ugly for a certain amount of time, and they ain't gonna be able to take it. They gonna be ready to get back to their crisping pins and their bonnets and their tinkling things. So when the enemy comes and offer them, they're gonna take it, because they're not built up in this, because they're the weaker vessel, and they're gonna get exposed, man. All right. So that's all the precepts I had, that through the spirit and power Yahweh Shema Shah. The point of what I was trying to convey was just stop being prideful. All right, starting with the men. All right, but you women, y'all around here faking the funk though, being prideful. Most of the stuff y'all got going on ain't really how y'all look, man. Even if it's just a little bit of makeup, we don't do none of that as men. No makeup, nothing. Like, aside from washing my face and brushing my teeth, for the most part, how I wake up in the morning, how I look the rest of the day, man. And we some pretty decent looking dudes, man, even in our captivity, man. All right. Y'all just got to stop being puffed up. It's going to cost you. All right. This is not the time to be puffed up. Remember, pride was not made for man. All right. Nor was it made for the woman or the child. All right. We have to go through this process to get to that righteous pride. All right. And then and only then again will we be able to do these things that y'all are fronting. All right. You'll have real jewels in your shoes and your sandals and things like that. Everything will be real. You'll have real hair that cover up your secret parts, where you gotta have about 10 different women, and they be about however they be about 6-7 feet back away from you with your real hair twisting it up. You know, that's what's coming to you, hopeful elect women. You just sit up all day, get pampered if you want. All right. And not, not this Babylonian BS, man. You'll really be a real princess, man. All right. Getting pampered all day. You'll never have to lift a finger ever again. Let these women crash out with they fake stinking behinds, especially the so-called black woman and the so-called Latino woman. They the worst. They the worst. Ooh, my brain is just flashing images of a dark skinned woman with yellow blondish hair. Man, that I don't even know what color them wigs be sometimes. And man, that ain't even eating my girl color hair. Some of them, what is that, goldish yellowish they be having? I don't even know. They ain't even blonde. I don't even know what's going on. Even the Edomites don't even have, that color hair. What y'all got going on, Eve? What's wrong with you? All right. But with that, I want to give all praise, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Until next time, Shalom.